You know, when we cue the Ultimania, that it is a W for the boys. It's a W for the boys. What a game, huh? What a game for the Seattle Mariners. Yeah, no problem. B seats what we're here for. What a game for the Mariners to come through with the offense. The three big home runs in this game. Obviously, JP setting the tone early with that big first pitch home run, which was absolutely crazy to see. And then, of course, you have Rowdy Tellez. You guys are welcome, by the way. Me hitting that home run. And then, of course, Mr. Dumper himself, Mr. Cal Raleigh, with the dinger in this game as well. Super excited to see that. I want to invite you guys. We're doing something a little bit different, okay? So, a lot of people that watch the channel may either not be into the way YouTube is streamed, or they prefer Twitch. So, with that being said, hold on. If you guys would like, you can follow our Twitch channel. This stream is also being live streamed to the Twitch channel. I specifically don't know how multi-streaming works and how the chat's going to look, but I'm going to do my best. So if you guys want to follow the Twitch channel, feel free to follow us there. We just started it up the other day. So the Mariners with the W today, winning the first game of this road trip. Oh my God, that was the loudest thing ever. Temptazer with the follow. I'm assuming that's on Twitch, right? So that's the follow on Twitch, which we don't have alerts set up for. Appreciate the, oh my God, you guys are on it. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. I feel like that's loud. Temptazer, the first follower of the Seattle Mariners Mariner Mojo channel. Look at that. Look at all these followers coming in. But big win for the Mariners in this one. Obviously, they come through. Kind of needed it after losing the series to the Yankees. Lord Helix, Insanity, and Temptazer. Appreciate the follows, guys. Coming off of a 1-5 homestand, right? Yo, Mara, appreciate the follow. Mara is bored. Me too, when I see the Mariners. We love Darren McCacken. I'm going to do my best, Linsanity, to see Ty Franco. Appreciate that. I'm going to do my best to keep up with the Twitch chat. However, I don't know if I'm going to be able to see it very often. I'll definitely be looking more at the YouTube chat. Fernan, appreciate the follow, homie. Where's Not Colton? He's not here today. So, yo, PDX, am I gonna read the chat over there? I'm gonna do my best, but no pressure. I saw somebody ask what the Vetter Cup is. The Vetter Cup is because Eddie Vetter, yo, LGR. The Vetter Cup is because Eddie Vetter shares a lot of. I'm just gonna turn that down so it's not super loud. Silverbane with the follow. Eddie Vetter was a part of both San Diego and Seattle history, obviously. And because of that, along with like Chicago and a million other things, long story short, because the Mariners and the Padres play each other, Eddie Vetter, it's always been the rivalry, right? The two of them. Yo, Rio, appreciate that follow. Codename, Mocha, what's up, dude? Appreciate that, Rich. Because this team, they're both from the same spring training complex. Wids, what's up, dude? They are natural rivals, right? That's what we're going to call it anyway. And so they decided to make it a real, like, actual rivalry thing. And that would be with Eddie Vetter. We always called it the Vetter Cup. It's just now a thing. So, yeah, pretty exciting there. But you heard he's a Cubs fan? Yeah. Yeah. There was a start today made, chat, by one Logan Evans, and he was crazy. Logan Evans looked fantastic today. Obviously pitched around some traffic. The Padres are a very good offensive team, and unfortunately for them, they ran into the buzzsaw known as Logan Evans. He looked great out there. Obviously some big pitches. That slider that he threw back foot was in that strikeout pitch was gorgeous. Absolutely loved that strikeout pitch. But when it comes to what Logan Evans can do for you, that I don't know if we're gonna see that every time out of Logan, right? Because that was kind of an anomaly, especially against as good of an offensive team as you're going to see probably all year, other than the Yankees, of course. But Logan Evans pitched really well against this team. Obviously, 6 shutout innings from Evans in this game, which was super, super exciting. So I look forward to seeing him out in his next start, which I Bleav will come against the White Sox. So definitely an easier team there. I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't like play down to the team. You know what I mean? The team he's been playing against. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for Logan Evans and what his future holds in this rotation, because we don't know when his last start in this rotation is going to be, chat. With, you know, George Kirby coming back, Logan Gilbert coming back, Bryce Miller not being out for too long. Who knows where Logan Evans stands in this rotation right now? And because of that, because Logan and Emerson Hancock have both been pretty good, I'm not sure which one is more likely to be sent down when the when all these starting pitchers come back, and if they're going to go to a 6-man rotation. I'm not sure. So, but overall, I think that what you saw out of Logan Evans was exactly what you needed out of him. The Mariners offense, 3 homers today, powered by those 3 home runs. Pretty excited about that. I see a lot of people talking about Donovan Solano. It was an Apple TV game today. Sorry, no, Apple TV game today. I saw, excuse me. I saw a lot of you guys talking about Donovan Solano. Why is he still on the team? Man, if I knew, I would give you guys my best answer. I don't know why he's still on this team. But, hey, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. Tomorrow, Emerson Hancock on the mound versus Nick Pivetta. So definitely a pretty fun matchup there. Nick Pivetta, the Mariners have seen him a lot over the last, I don't know, however many years that he's been in this league. And I think that they've seen him enough to the point where they should know what we're going to see from him, right? You know that he's going to be able to dominate the zone if you let him. And because of that, sorry, chat. Because of that, I think the Mariners need to be able to get on him early. They have to get on him early, and if they can't, I worry that he's going to be able to get deep in this game. Emerson Hancock, of course, is somebody that we kind of don't know what we're going to get out of him from on a start-to-start basis, but he's looked really good during away games when he's not on the T-Mobile Park mound. And I don't know if we can continue to expect that against a team that Emerson Hancock gives up a lot of contact, and the Padres are a team that makes quite a bit of contact. So I think that for Emerson Hancock to succeed tomorrow, he's really going to need to have his secondary stuff working, because he's going to really need to get that soft contact from guys like Fernando Tatis. And Luis Ariz is going to hit the ball soft anyway and hit a little blooper, and it's somehow going to fall because he's the luckiest man in the history of this game. But I think that if you can limit the hard contact, specifically from Machado and specifically from Tatis, you should be all right in this game, as long as the Mariners offense can get to Nick Pivetta. This was a good sign, what we saw today. It was a good sign to see the Mariners offense kind of come out like they did in this game, put together some big innings there and score 5 runs against a very, very good team. And so I'm pretty excited about that. Once again, chat, if you guys aren't already, follow our Twitch channel. It's in the pinned comment. I don't know how often we're going to be streaming this, like streaming our post games on there, but we have them on both right now. So, Angie slander is not allowed on Mariner Mojo. It's true. Angie's the best. Angie's the best. Yeah, I feel pretty good about this game. You actually have, or about this series, you have a chance to take the series from, again, a very good baseball team in the San Diego Padres. And you have Brian Wu on the mound versus Michael King at the end of this series. And I think that is a game where, because you won one of these 2 games with either Evans or Hancock on the mound, you have a good chance to win this series, just because you do have your best pitcher in Brian Wu coming up during this series, which I think was a good move from the Mariners, because not only does that slot Brian Wu in versus the Astros at some point during this during this road trip, but it also means that you didn't have it. Obviously, it would have been Bryce Miller. He went on the injured list, what have you. But so then it would have been Logan Evans, Emerson Hancock, and Jonathan Diaz. You can't have those three guys start the 3 games that you played down in San Diego. You just can't. And so, from what we've seen from this team recently, the fact that they are still able to put together a fight versus a team like the San Diego Padres is a very, very good sign. So it looked like we had a game plan. I agree. I really do feel like the Mariners had a game plan today versus Kolek, and they put it together. Kolek's a guy who hadn't allowed a run. Kolek's a guy who hadn't allowed a run on the season so far, and I think that the Mariners being able to hit him for 5 is a pretty good sign for this offense. Maybe they just went through like a little week-long slump. It happens. Hopefully it doesn't it doesn't snowball here. Hey, Colton, the members of the Legion of Lucario don't want to hear the JP Morosi of Mariners contract raiders yapping so much. Appreciate the $4.99, Lucario. I got you, bro. I got you. Here, I'll make it so you don't have to hear me. There we go. Appreciate the $4.99, Lucario. Yeah, I think that someone said, how likely is a sweep? I think it would be very difficult to sweep a team like the Padres. We yeah, we miss you at Applebee's. Still sad you said no to Applebee's, and you guys see why now, right? It is 9:30. You guys said you were going at 9. You see why now. Love you too, Pookie. Smooches, bro. Smooches. I timed them out? Yeah, of course I did. Of course I timed them out. I think that if you can get through this series, ideally with a win, if you can sweep this series, I would, man, I'd do a little happy dance. I would. And then sweep the series, lose 2 out of 3 to the Sox. It's true. That's just the way it goes. But, of course, you also have the series coming up versus the Astros after that. That's the series I care about the most. Ben with a nice heads-up defensive play to keep Tatis at second. Yeah, that was crazy. Like, that just goes to show how good of an of a defensive third baseman Ben Williamson is. And we know that he has been struggling a little bit at the plate. Obviously, he had a hit in today's game, hitting the ball the other way. He struggled a little bit. And as teams kind of adjust to Ben Williamson throughout the rest of the season, he's going to have to adjust back. And maybe he did. Maybe he's already adjusting back, which would be a great sign. But if nothing else, being able to make Fernando Tatis stop at second base because of the defensive, I guess, like genius of Ben Williamson, it really speaks volumes to what he can do on a baseball field. It really does. Albuquerque and Tacoma tied 14-14. Albuquerque came back? Damn. Joe's never here because he don't have that dog in him. Actually, chat, fun fact, Joe is working on a video for you guys for tomorrow, because we're not going to be streaming tomorrow. We won't be streaming tomorrow because Joe and I are going to go hang out with some friends. But how soon is the call up for Cole Young? He's killing it in AAA. You should watch tomorrow's video. Trevor Ballin, $2. Holla says, Polo getting benched when needing to bat righty. He must have, Trevor, first of all, appreciate that $2. He must have tweaked something in his right-handed swing. That's the only logical explanation to why he wasn't in there hitting right-handed. I truly don't understand why he was pulled unless he just doesn't feel comfortable hitting right-handed right now. That's the only thing I can think of, truly. Otherwise, I think I agree with you. It makes no sense. Levi with the $2, just hold the line until the cavalry arrives, being, of course, that starting pitching trio. The starting pitching trio, where he can, if you can hold the line with Logan Evans, Jonathan Diaz, and Emerson Hancock, then I think that when you get those guys back, you are truly going to see this team go to a different level. Truly going to see this team go to a different level because of how good Brian Wu has been. Luis Castillo has been steady, if nothing else. Um, and then, yeah, phrasing. My bad, chat. My bad on that. Sorry. That's my bad. But if you're able to add those guys, I think that we're going to see this pitching staff go to another level that we haven't seen it at this year. Now, again, Brian Woo's been fantastic. Logan was great before he got injured. We haven't seen George Kirby at all this year. Bryce Miller's been bad. If Bryce Miller comes back healthy, right, you get George back, and you get Logan back shortly thereafter George, I don't really care who you have to send down, because you have your five-headed monster in the rotation back. I feel pretty good about that. Is Solano going down as the worst Mariner of all time? Yes. Yes, he is. Absolutely. Prom Stellan played umpire today. I forgot he was back there half the game. Always a good sign. Yeah, honestly, me too, which is a good thing. Because lately we have not been forgetting about the umpires recently, huh? Send Solano to AAA, they wouldn't be able to. They just have to DFA him, which I'm completely fine with, by the way. Please do. Yeah, I feel pretty good about the rest of this series, chat. I feel pretty good about the Mariners being able to scratch another win against this Padres team. Again, a very good Padres team, mind you. I truly think that the Mariners have a good chance to win this series. Now, if you would have asked me coming into it, I would have said no way. Because I honestly would have assumed that you would lose at least the Hancock and the Evans start. The Brian Wu one, not sure. I mean, you feel good about it, but you're also facing Michael King. But the Mariners have fared pretty well against some of the top of the line starting pitchers in this league. So I would have assumed, Chet, that the game that you win would have been the Brian Wu start. Because they won this Logan Evans start, I think that the Mariners can win this series. They might even be able to do it as early as tomorrow and go for the sweep on Sunday, because Emerson Hancock on the road is kind of him, Jeff. I don't know if you guys noticed, he's kind of him. It's true. Good umpiring tonight, too. True. My God. Yeah, shout out to Logan Evans for shutting down the freaking Padres. I truly didn't see it coming. I truly did not see it coming that he was going to be able to shut down the Padres. Because, yeah, he's been okay in his time in the major league so far. But we saw him, was it against the Rangers he got hit around? No. The Blue Jays he got hit around. And because of that, the Blue Jays aren't a great offensive team. Now, obviously, there was a play change to an error, which kind of saved his ERA a little bit in that scenario. But nonetheless, I think that I could not have seen it coming, him facing Tatis and Machado and like Cronenworth and Arise and all those guys. I could not have seen it coming after that Blue Jays start. Give me the 3 stars of the game tonight. Sponsored provided by the Legion of Lucario. I will only do it if you promise to stop saying the Legion of Lucario, because it makes me want to vomit. Thoughts? Mama says the Padres are ornery because they got all them hits and no runs. Tough, but true. Trade Solano for the OKC Thunder. True. No, I agree with the scoring change. I just thought it was a bit strange that they waited a few days to do it. What's the move? Daydar, I saw you were getting gray hair, bro. Man, that's tough. What's happening to you? Is it your job, bro? You think it's your job? Giving you gray hair? Why does it make you vomit? Lucario, you do a lot of cringe things. That's towards the top. Oh, stop it, MJ. Stop it. I'm going to blush. I feel like I kind of look like a lemonade. Do I look like a lemonade, chat? Why does Julio get so much heat when he's rolling right now? By the way, San Diego is a nice city. Because people love to hate on Julio. Because why not? San Diego is a beautiful city. I love San Diego. What immediate policy changes do you think our community needs, and how would you initiate it? I would say the first thing that we need to do for our community is get rid of the Legion of Lucario. Truthfully. How much he's selling lemonade for? $2. $2 lemonade, chat. Kind of like an espresso. Think about me. Think about you. So that's that me espresso. Okay. Stress for making all that money. It's true. Shirt is awesome. Stop it, Chad. It's new. Stop it. Oh no. I was hoping that someone would say something. Thanks, MJ. I was hoping someone would say something about my new shirt. I don't really wear yellow that often, but I do feel like I look like a lemonade. Rowdy and Moore have the same number of home runs as Julio and Randy. I mean, I think that says a lot more about Rowdy and Dylan Moore than it does about Julio and Randy. It's just sick. That's just sick that they've been able to, like, specifically Rowdy. I truly didn't think that he was going to get enough playing time to make the kind of impact that he has. I think Gary Hill said that Rowdy has 18 hits and 7 of them are home runs. Crazy. Yes, Laura. Morgan is a paid actor. How did Kirby's start go today? Not great. With that being said, he was up to 98 miles an hour and he didn't walk anybody. And he was up to 98 miles an hour. That is a good sign, right? It's a good sign. However, I think he threw 4 innings, gave up 10 hits. Gave up like 4 or 5 runs. So wasn't great in terms of that, but in my opinion, I really don't care how, like, it depends on, like, I really don't care how many hits and how many runs he gives up, as long as he A, gets through it healthy, and B, isn't walking a bunch of people. And he didn't do those things. Or he got through it healthy and didn't walk anybody. So I feel pretty good. I feel good about the return of one George Kirby. I think that this was his final rehab start, so he should be back for that first game versus the Houston Astros, which is very, very good to see. Feels like stuff is down or command. I think that it's more, keep in mind, chat, that AAA is kind of a shit show. Specifically the PCL is kind of a shit show, especially in Albuquerque. Because I believe Albuquerque plays a lot like Coors Field. And the fact that I believe, now don't quote me on this, but I believe the Albuquerque Stadium specifically plays at a higher elevation. And so, yeah, similar to the Coors Field effect, Albuquerque has that effect. I might be wrong. I would not say it's a command issue. I would not say it's a command issue. I think that it was simply he's trying to just make sure he gets through it healthy and make it. It's like spring training for him. You know what I mean? These games, it's like him pitching in spring training. It is high altitude Lucario. Okay, so Lucario's on it. It's high altitude. Oh, you've been there? How's the stadium there? Is it lit? But I think that because of the fact that he only made a couple starts in spring, and now he's made 3-4 starts on a rehab assignment. I think that, it's just like spring training for him. Didn't see how the game ended, but wow, that game moved along fast. 3 up, 3 down. Evans was great. Vargas too. Different pace than the New York series and the Jays. Nice to win. Yeah, I feel pretty good about being able to get the stream off the ground before like 10 p.m. That was nice. That was nice. That we were able to get the stream off the ground before 10 p.m. because there's been a lot of late games lately. But once again, chat, keep in mind there won't be a stream tomorrow. So just so you guys are aware. Nice stadium, Albuquerque Isotopes. 3 stars of the game, not sponsored by anybody. Perfect, Lucario. Logan Evans, number 1 for me. Logan Evans, in my opinion, is numero uno when it comes to stars of the game. I could not have seen. I couldn't have seen it coming. Like how well he pitched tonight. I just didn't expect it, truly. Number 2, Cal Raleigh. Opposite field homer, called the game from behind the dish for Logan Evans. Feel really good about where Cal's at defensively right now. And being able to hit the ball the opposite way in Petco, nonetheless, is not an easy thing to do. And number 3, is I'm gonna go with JP Crawford. He set the tone early. JP set the tone early for this offense, and I think that's what the Mariners needed, coming off of a pretty bad offensive homestand that they put together in Seattle. So those are my 3. Cal called a really good game. He did. Albuquerque's like 8,000 feet. Yeah, I mean, elevation there is crazy. You fell asleep in the 9th? Yeah, been there. Hey, man, how are the White Sox doing? Hold on. If we win tomorrow, do you slide Woo back to start the first game of the Chicago series? Nah. I think I'm not too worried about winning games versus the White Sox because, A, they're probably not going to be in the race at the end of the year. If they are, I'm going to be very surprised. But I think that, B, it's the White Sox are not a good team. I feel good about our ability to win those games with Jonathan Diaz. You know what I mean? JB with some good defense today, too. True. No, you're not saying anything bad or controversial, Lucario. No. No, you're not. I just like giving you shit. Your friend just got traded to the White Sox? Oh my god. Can the Mariner is he gonna be in the big leagues versus the Mariners? The guy for the Brewers, did he really? Wow, interesting. I did not know that, MJ. Hell yeah. Will we see you at the Kendrick show tomorrow? Yeah, just look for me in the crowd. For sure. I'll be there. This guy doesn't read chat. There's 145 people in here, Pasta. It's hard to keep up, man. It's hard to keep up. How do I feel about the Apple TV games? Honestly, I don't mind them. I just wish that I could watch, like, production-wise. I don't mind them production-wise. I wish I could just watch them with the Mariners broadcasters. That's the one thing. That's the one thing that I want, is to be able to watch it with the Mariners broadcasters. MJ, that means that the White Sox basically bought him. For lack of a better term, they bought his contract. So you're getting traded too? W. Finally, get rid of Deidara. Easy. Not to say that I don't mind. Like I don't mind like Dontrelle Willis. You know what I mean? I think that the announcers did fine. I would just prefer to hear, Aaron Goldsmith. You know, he's the guy. Generic rocking the brakes, trying to play off Pearl Jam all night. Okay, all right. Unbiased broadcasters suck. Yeah, I mean, I get it. But at the same time, like, come on, you know? Apple TV was fun to watch, more interactive. True. Very true. I actually didn't get to watch the first, like, 4.5 innings today. I was, one of my friends just had a, I would definitely prefer to hear Angie Mintic. I love Angie Mintic. One of my friends had a baby recently, and so I was, after work, I went down and visited the baby. So, I missed the first, like, four-ish innings of the game. But I listened to the Rowdy home run on the way home, so that was good. Vinny Capra. You like the quality of Apple TV, but not all the other stuff. I really like when they do the, like, the field level stuff, where it's like the sounds from the field. I think that's pretty sick. What do you think of Julio being mic'd up? I unfortunately didn't get a chance to watch it during that time, so I didn't hear a whole lot of it. Only thing I saw was the Randy's catch in left field. So that was a lot of fun. That was fun to watch. But Uncle Colton, dude, that's what my friend called me, and I was like, yeah, that's right, Uncle Colton. Don't you forget it. I'm the Funkle. The baby's eyes were like huge. I think it was my big bright yellow shirt that I walk in looking like a friggin' flashbang. But Adam, that's true. Actually, Adam, the Mariners won both games last year with unit attendance. You said you're going to all 3 this year, right? Chat, can we get like some good vibes for Adam Beckwith in the chat? Because he lives in San Diego and has been going to all the Mariners San Diego games, and they've been winning all the ones he's gone to. Cinema. Absolute cinema. No Joe. I'm out. True. True, Mike. True. They asked Julio how he feels about being compared to Griffey. Did they? What did he say? You more scared of the Astros or the Rangers? The Rangers. I'm more scared of the Rangers because I think that with their pitching staff, when it gets going, they have a very, very good pitching staff, and I think their offense could really turn it around. I really do. What would be a good record for this road trip? What is it, a 10 game? I would like to come home from this. At least 6-4, but I'd prefer. I'll say 7-3 would be a good record. 6-4 or 500. 6-4 is kind of what I expect, and then 500 is acceptable but not great. That's kind of where I'm at there. What are the AL West standings? Right now it's the Mariners out front. Actually, they probably just updated. Let me look. The Mariners up top at 24-19. 4 out of 10, just like Ben's wife. Owned. Houston is 23-21, a game and a half back. The Rangers have the same win total as the Mariners. They are 1.5 back of the Mariners. The Athletics are 3 games back at 22-23, and then you have the Angels at 17-25. So, oh goodness, excuse me, chat. I think that with the way the Rangers have been playing lately, I am a lot more afraid of them. Truthfully. The Astros are a team that I think the Mariners, I mean, they kind of hold their destiny in their own hands, right? When it comes to the Mariners in this 4-game series coming up. And like somebody mentioned earlier, it is rivalry weekend. The Astros were playing the Rangers today. The Astros put an end to the Rangers' 6-game winning streak. A 6-man rotation would be stupid. It takes the ball away from your best pitchers and wastes a bullpen spot. Normally, Ben, I would agree with you. However, with the health of this team and the pitching staff and the fact that George Kirby has been on a 6-day rotation down in AAA, I would kind of be shocked if they didn't go to a 6-man. I'm not saying they do it for the rest of the season, but just for a little while as they wait for all these guys to get healthy and to really get stretched back out and make sure that there's no lingering problems for like Bryce when he comes back or even Logan when he comes back, to make sure that there's no lingering problems. The Mets and Yankees, I believe the Yankees won. How impressive are the Twins right now? Did they win again today? There's no shot, right? There's no shot they won again today. Let's see. The Twins. They did. Damn. What's their winning streak now? Is it 11? They're on a 12-game winning streak. Sheesh. 12-game winning streak. And they're on a 12-game winning streak, chat, and they're still third in their division. Oh. That sucks. That's tough. Oh, that I would be so upset. I mean, the Mariners were on that 14-game winning streak a few years back, and that was that was pretty impressive. Obviously, they were able to go to the playoffs that year. So we got health issues. Exactly. The health issues of this team is what scares me. The Ty France effect. True. AL East mid now. That is true. Would be nice to take this series. I mean, we were talking about it a little bit, I think, before you got here, Autumn. I think that because you were able to come away with a win in one of the Evans or Hancock starts, and you have the opportunity now to win the other, but with Brian Wu on Sunday, I feel okay about this becoming a series win. Like, I would not be shocked, might not be the right term. I would not be, like, blown out of the water if the Mariners actually won this. Won this series. Don't get me wrong. Do I think they're going to sweep this series? No. Yeah, the Padres are too good of an offensive ball club, and their pitching staff is just too good. The Mariners are going to run into a buzzsaw at some point. Now, that buzzsaw might end up being Michael King on Sunday, because he is kind of him. But, yeah, this game, as Yeti said, is kind of what we needed. Dump Solano and get France back? Man, I don't think the Twins are going to be trading Ty France anytime soon, huh? Not when they're winning 12 in a row. Orioles are hot garbage? It's true. Trade for Ryan O'Hearn. Trade for Ryan O'Hearn immediately, cha. They can sweep it. They can. I just don't see it happening. But I also didn't see Logan Evans pitching as well as he did today. So a three game Padres series feels weird. It does. We're used to the 2-game Padres series, and now a 3-game just doesn't feel right, chat. Jonathan Diaz versus the White Sox. Yep. I feel better about Jonathan Diaz versus the White Sox than Jonathan Diaz versus the Padres. So I'm glad that they kind of switched up the rotation to have Brian Wu pitch in that Sunday game. I don't think it's on short rest. Yes, Austin, please do. Please do. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. When was Brian Wu's last start? Was that game 2? That was Tuesday? Tuesday. So you got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So no, it'll still be the 5th day. Right? So we always get a yearly series, Lucario, but it's usually a 2-game series. What's the starting pitching matchups tomorrow? It is Emerson Hancock for the Mariners versus Nick Pivetta, who we've seen a lot over the past few years. And then game 3, you have Brian Wu versus Michael King, who, if you guys don't know who Michael King is, you probably should at this point, but if you don't know who he is, he was like the prized possession of the Juan Soto trade from the Padres to the Yankees. And he is very, very, very good. Shane Smith is going to carve us up. I think that the White Sox pitching staff is very underrated. Can we stop talking about baseball and can you rate food or something? That video was goated. Chat. Pepsi, 0 sugar. I give it 5 big booms. Yeah, I got you, Mike. I got you. Yeah, I went to Chipotle today. 3 big booms. 3 booms for Chipotle today. 3 booms. Hancock, Rip. Yeah, I don't know. They needed a series winner this year because they actually made a Vetter Cup. I know they have another series against them in August as well. Looking forward to tomorrow's game. Hancock should be good. Fingers crossed. And then Wu, there's a good chance we got this. I believe Autumn off to bed. Long live baseball. Long live baseball. True. Have a good night, Autumn. Appreciate it. What do I rate buttered chicken? That's 10 big booms. 10 big booms for buttered chicken. My goodness. Those guys are annoying. Oh, I agree. I can't stand them. I truly can't stand them, but they're funny. It's funny to say that anyway. $4.99 from Gorfy. Pivetta and King are on my fantasy team. Should I bench in DFA out of respect for our boys? Yeah, probably, Gorfy. I think that would probably be in your best interest and in the Mariners' best interest. Just out of respect for the Seattle Mariners. You know what I mean, Gorfy? Come on now. Appreciate the $4.99, man. If we cut Solano, do we save the money owed, or is it dead money when we call up Locklear? Yeti, it would be dead money. It would be dead money. If you were to do something like that. We need a Luis Ariz for real. He's so annoying to me. He's like, here, this is Luis Ariz. He's like, base hit. Base hit. How does he do it? I don't understand, chat. Also, yeah, I got baseball bats in here now. Joe and I have been playing baseball lately, so I got baseball bats in here. Thinking, why don't they ever just have a series where you play 3 games at home against the same team, then the next series play the same team just on the road? Great question. Great question. I don't know. When do you think Cole Young gets the call? Find out during Joe's video tomorrow. Smile. Best thing to eat at the ballpark? I personally love Chick Chick Boom. But I know I have not had it this year since they went to like the the walk-off market sort of thing. Any updates about the Mojo softball games? No. Joe and I haven't even talked about that. One thing at a time, chat. We got to get through the we got to get through the meetup, which is May 31st, by the way, chat. May 31st. Damn, I didn't even take the price tag off this shit. That's crazy. This was my the bat that I used my senior year, or no, my last year of baseball when I was 18. Here I am 10 years later, chat. Probably the first time I pulled it out since. Have I had the grasshoppers? I have. I'm not a huge fan, but alas. How many booms for Chick Chick Boom? 3 big boom. 4 big booms for Chick Chick Booms. Boom. Chick Chick Boom Boom Boom. Boom. 4 big booms, chat. You'll be missing the meetup? Rip. Unfortunate. Trade Solano for a struggling bullpen arm. We can usually work some magic on players like that. I don't even know if you'd get that. I don't even know if you would get a struggling bullpen arm, to be honest with you. Probably the first time I've pulled it out. Are you kidding me, Adam? Are you kidding me? Where is the meetup? The meetup is May 31st at the Mariners game. 4:15 Mariners game. Just buy yourself a ticket into the game. We're going to be standing in the stairwell in right center field underneath how many days it is till Ichiro goes into the Hall of Fame. So, yeah. Just come hang out with us up there. Who do we need back from injury the most? Logan Gilbert. Yeah. I would say Logan Gilbert. I think that getting him back as the ace of your staff, even though Hancock and Evans have largely been fine, it just doesn't compare to getting Logan Gilbert back. So he would probably just select free agency, Ben. I would assume he would just select free agency. Do you think the Skeens Mariners hype is a pipe dream? As in Paul Skeens going to the Mariners? That'll never happen. There's a 0% chance that the Pirates are trading Paul Skeens anytime soon. No shot. He might be the best right-handed pitcher of our generation. Like when it's all said and done. I don't think there's any way that they trade Paul Skeens, truthfully. You also work that day? You're going to the meetup? How easy for you, huh? Chat, we're gonna wrap up the stream there. 45 minutes in, we're getting super off topic, so I feel that's always a good time for us to end. But again, if you guys are not following us on Twitch, go give us a follow on Twitch in the pinned comment above. We're gonna be streaming to both here, just for fun. Just why not? You know what I mean? But I appreciate all you guys being here. We will not be live tomorrow. Potentially live again Sunday. Not sure what Joe's plan is on Sunday, but we may. We will have a video out tomorrow. Joe will have a video out tomorrow. And then we will have the podcast out on Monday. Potential stream Sunday? Unsure. But nonetheless, I appreciate you all for being here. Great win today. Fingers crossed they can keep it going tomorrow. And big smooches. Thanks for being so engaging. I'm trying my best, Mark. There's a lot of people. Yes, there is. It's in the pinned comment above, Lucario here. I'll post it again. Control V. There you go. Go follow the Twitch channel, chat.